All right, all right, all right. How's everybody doing tonight? It's your girl Queen. We are here to talk about uh, all things spiritual. And so today, our first episode is going to be about religion versus spirituality. And so we're just going to kind of get into the simple things of um, what is spirituality? What is religion? What is the difference between those two? How do they correlate? And just some simple stuff like that. So, um, yeah. So let's get into it. Um, so I don't know how many of you have grew up in the church or grew up with parents who are teachers in the church community. And so it's like, okay, you get into this habit of doing things in a routine. You go to church on Sunday, Bible study on Wednesday, choir rehearsal on Saturday, and you kind of get caught up into the routine of things. Um, but growing up in that, you don't really you connect, but you always understand that it's something bigger. And so that is the religious aspect of it, where by the definition, religion is a system of faith and worship where it is a respect for a sense of right, moral obligation, and for your sanctity. And so basically saying like, I know, but basically saying like it's a set of rules that you have to follow in order for you to be saved, for you to be right, for you to be, all these things. And if you do that perfectly, then you go to heaven. But spirituality isn't like that. Spirituality is based on truth and understanding. The definition of spirituality is uh, the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or the soul, as opposed to material or physical things. And so, with spirituality, it covers your soul, your spirit, your inner man. That, you know what I mean. I know in religion they call it the Trinity, the body, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, or Holy Ghost. But that Holy Ghost or that Spirit is what spirituality is based on. Spirituality is based on living in your truth of that Spirit and living in that freedom of being, you know, free, I guess, you know what I mean? Spiritualism is more of an individual practice, and it has to do with a sense of peace and a sense of finding that inner peace, that calm, that self of things. Versus with religion is more so about um, pleasing uh, pleasing a God based on these rules or these constructs. And that's not to say that spirituality doesn't have rules or that it doesn't have things you have to follow. But with spirituality, it's more of a moral compass. Um, but the lines blur with spirituality and religion, because with religion, you're still based on that moral compass or code, but it's more so like you can't do this, you can't do that, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. It's more judgment based. But with spirituality, it's more so like in your truth. Nobody should have to tell you not to lie to somebody. Nobody should have to tell you not to cheat. Nobody should have to tell you not to steal. Nobody should have to tell you that. That should be a part of your moral compass and your moral code as a decent human being. But Some people need those rules. Some people need that obligation to say, okay, you should do this or you shouldn't do that, or and that's fine if that's you, if that's how you live your life, and that's how you want to, you know what I mean, be constructed. But religion is more so like, a confine, a confine where you're stuck in those walls. Um, yeah, pretty much. I mean, but that's my take on it. That's how I feel about it. If you have any questions, you can always comment your questions below. I see somebody. Um, yeah, hold on. Okay. And so another thing that I did want to touch on is with spirituality. It's something that's more cosmic. It's more divine. It's more intuitive. Like I said, when you're dealing with your spirituality, it's more so of your spirit and intuition and like not this flesh. Even though we're here in the present and we're walking in this third dimension, it's still a bigger dimension besides this third one. And so that's the point of the spirit being able to intuitively like navigate. And so religion, it has some spiritual aspects aside to it, but with spirituality, it's kind of like divine. It's kind of like, you know, natural flow of things, the natural, intrinsic way of everything in life and interacting and connecting with people and things and being able to pick up on certain things. But this podcast is basically to talk about those things from chakras, energy, crystals. We'll cover segments on manifestation. We'll cover segments on um, rituals, and not necessarily saying, oh, we're going to be practicing rituals. Hell no, I'm not with that at all. But we will dispel some of the myths about what people say, oh, that's a ritual, and it's not a ritual. Or where people be like, oh, you worshiping this or you worshiping that. We're here to uncover the truth and to teach us all how to be more powerful in this realm and to be able to walk in our spiritual beings, even though we're not even though we are spiritual beings living in this world of, you know, carnalism, but we do have duality to be able to walk this earth as all powerful, almighty, all everything being, and you know what I mean? Be successful, be powerful, despite everything that comes up against us, everything that, happens in our life. Um, we're able to survive everything that comes to us, but we have to have the tools and the things to know how to be able to do that. And so, a big part of that is being spiritual and knowing, you know what I mean, what to do, how to do, when to do. We'll talk about different things, prayers. We'll talk about um, just so much different stuff. But I do hope that you guys like it, and I do hope that you know what I mean. That as time go on, we'll be able to interact, we'll be able to talk more, and we'll be able to grow together. So I know it was a short night and it was a short video, but this is just pretty much the um, beginning. This is pretty much the start of, you know, us growing together. Because even as I learn and I grow and I get more aware of different things, um, I want to share that. And I want you guys to share those things with me so that, again, we can all grow together and build a community where we can lean on each other, where we can pray for each other, where we can uplift each other, and we can encourage each other. Um, just to know that we're not alone, even though we, what I mean, one body. But that's my take on today, you guys. I do appreciate you all for tuning in. Um, okay, this is- oh, hello. How are you? Yeah, we're so but that's basically what we've been talking about today. Is just spirituality versus religion. I don't feel like one is better than the other, but I do think one is necessary for both. Um, because you can't be religious without a spirit, but you can't be spiritual without a religion. Um, yeah. So it's not no either or. It's just what is what, and just talking about the differences between the two. I know with a lot of religions and different things like that, they believe in a God and a higher power and all that stuff like that. But in spirituality, we believe in that higher power as well. It's not that you don't, but you understand that life teaches. It doesn't just come from one source. You can learn from the birds, you can learn from nature, you can learn from a lot of different sources because it's all spirit based. Everything has energy, everything has matter, everything is connected in one. And so that's what we're here to do, you guys. Thank you.